You're still watching Joy News Interactive with me, Mapita CBD, and Spikey Nkrumah joins me in studio for Tech Talk. Good morning, Spikey.
Good morning, Maps.
Okay, so I've got like a quick story to tell you.
Tell me.
So I was using a friend's computer, and then I'm using the laptop and then this person was watching things they're not supposed to be watching. So it was kind of embarrassing, you know. So how
for you or for them?
I mean, for both. Like, it was just so weird. Oh, it was weird for me and like embarrassing for that person. Yeah. So now, if I want to tip them to delete their browsers, how do we do that?
Okay. So first of all, the most popular browser right now is Chrome and Firefox. And to do this, you go to the options, the three dots on the top right corner.
Okay.
And then you go to your history. You'll see a menu here that says history. You tap on it, and it brings you a list of all the websites that you visited.
Okay.
If you want to clear it, you just tap on the three dashes over there, and then hit clear browsing data, and it will wipe all the history for you.
Alright. Okay.
You're using, so when you're done, it's going to ask you the time range you want to wipe it for. You can wipe it for all time, you can wipe it for just the last hour, or you can wipe it for the last 24 hours. Basically, you have those options.
Okay.
You also have the options to clear your browsing history and your auto-completion. Auto-completion is when you go to like your address bar and you type like facebook.com and it already predicts it for you.
Okay.
That's auto-completion. So if you go to a website that you don't really want people to see, the browser is going to remember it. So if someone comes and they start typing that letter, it comes up. I don't know. I'm just saying. And then the cookies and other site data. Cookies are what these browsers use to track you.
Like a monster cookie, chocolate chip cookies?
No, like the kind of cookie that, let's say, when you go on Facebook, you know, let's say you search for something on Google, and then you go on Facebook and you start seeing adverts that are relating to what you searched for.
Yes.
Yes. That's made possible by your cookies.
Okay.
So you can decide to clear your cookies and other site data. So when you start browsing, so say if the browser determines that the website you visited is your interest, adverts relating to that website are going to be following you around. So you don't want that to also happen because that's equally embarrassing.
Yeah.
Imagine you open a website, you're scrolling, and then, you know, women in bikini appear. Everybody knows what you're looking at.
What you're looking at.
And cached images and files. Something we don't know is that every website you go to caches your images and your files. The images caching means that it's keeping a copy to let it load faster. So if I come to your Facebook profile now, those images, your profile picture and everything, it's stored on my computer temporarily.
Okay.
So if I go off and I come back, it's still going to be there. That's how come when you open the website, it loads very fast. And you think, oh, my internet is fast. Actually, because it's already saved that information and it's just calling it back. So once you do that and you hit clear data, it's going to wipe all the data. You can go to the advanced tab. As always, there are people who have the extra skill who can go and, you know, play around with this. Here you can reset saved passwords. You can reset your autofill form data. So when you're filling a form and you have your name, your first name, your surname and all that, and it's saved, you can use it to clear that. Content settings, hosted app data, media licenses, all these. If you think you know, why not? You can go ahead and clear them. So that's for Chrome. For Edge, Microsoft's default browser, which I'm sure a lot of people use, it's the same thing. You hit on the bookmark icon, actually. You hit on the bookmark icon, and right there you'll see the history to the side.
Okay.
So it's the fourth menu with a clock and then the arrow going backwards. Once you hit it, you'll see in the corner clear history. Once you hit clear history, you have the same options as you had in Chrome 2. You can erase your browsing history, your cookies and saved website data, your cache data and files, download history, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. Once you're done, you just hit clear, and it will do that. And there's also a menu over here that's actually very good. You can always clear this when I close the browser. So if you turn that on, anytime you close the browser, all these things are cleared.
Okay.
But then, there's one trick that a lot of people need to know. If you know you'll forget, you can always browse in incognito mode. What this means is that whatever you're doing is not going to be saved. Incognito in Chrome and private mode in Edge. So when you go to new in private window in Edge, so you can see over here it says browsing in private. When you use in private tabs, your browsing data like cookies, history, form data, and temporary files isn't saved on your device after you're done. Microsoft Edge deletes temporary data from your device after all if your private tabs are closed.
So
Yeah, talk.
So now what happens if I deleted it by mistake? Is there any way I can get it back?
No.
No, I can't.
It's gone.
So it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone, it's gone.
All right, okay.
Yes.
All right.
There's one thing though, a lot of people think when they're browsing in incognito or they're browsing in private, it means the networks cannot be monitored. I'm sorry, but if your network administrator is monitoring your traffic, they can still see what you're doing. So browsing in incognito doesn't mean that the websites that are not safe for work that you're visiting cannot be seen by your network administrator.
All right.
All right. So don't think that doing this actually makes you free.
Safe.
Safe.
Yeah. Right.
Google actually tells you that. When you open Google, it will tell you that browsing in private mode does not guarantee that your administrator will not see it. So if you open that, you'll see it there. Your activity might still be visible to websites you visit, your employer or school, or your internet service provider.
Right. Okay.
So,
Thank you so much, Spikey. So how to clear your browser history if you've been looking at stuff you're not supposed to be looking at, or you just want to keep a private life, you know, and a clean history. Thank you so much for joining us once again for that Tech Talk. Remember, we are Join on TV, on Facebook and Twitter, and you can go to YouTube where my Join line on TV. Thank you so much for watching and stay blessed.